Ahoy Captains, it's Baz again with another video from World of Warships Legends. And I know I haven't been doing very many videos lately, but I've been very busy at the end of 2021. But now it's 2022 and it looks like I'll have a bit more time to do some more videos and streams, so hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. Now as for this video, we're going to list the top 7 ships released in the year of 2021. Stay tuned to the end of this video for a special explanation on how I came up with this list. Amongst other things, I ramble on for a little bit, so I'm going to save that till the end of the video. But for right now, I'm going to get right into it because I know some people just want to get straight to the point. So number 7, it's the Massachusetts. This was the American Tier 7 premium battleship. It was released on December 21st of 2020 as an update campaign reward. But most people didn't get it until early 2021, so that's why it makes this list. It also became available for Global XP on June 21st of 2021. Now this thing has a ton of strengths. It has big 16-inch beauties you can overmatch a lot of ships with. It has high accuracy and high damage. Its AP is very good and it translates to a solid AP DPM. It does have those long-range secondaries it's known for, and it has amazing AA. And for what it's worth, the second tightest turning circle for a Tier 7 battleship. Finally, its 46% torque reduction belt is also the second highest of the tier. Number 6 on the list is the Colbert. This is the French legendary tier destroyer, and it was released May 17th as part of a Bureau project. It has the highest base speed for any ship in the game. It has great torpedo DPM with a quick overall torpedo reload. It has amazing torpedo angles and very good torpedo speed. The ship also has a very good amount of hit points, a very good chance at setting fires, and solid concealment. It has a main battery reload booster and a French engine boost that gives you an extra 20% while it's active instead of the usual 8%. It also has big guns at 139mm, which is the second highest in the entire game for a destroyer. The Colbert would have been in probably the top 2 or 3 ships on this list if not for its recent nerf. And with more sonar, radar, and legendary ships that can easily counter it entering the game recently, it will eventually need a rebuff to become more relevant again. But because it spent the majority of its time in 2021 as an absolute beast and it still has a ton of strengths, it does still make the list. Number 5 is the Okacha. This is the Russian Tier 7 premium cruiser. It was released during the March 9th update as a campaign ship reward. This thing has great base range. It also has radar with long range and sonar. It has a high speed for a cruiser and quick rudder shift. Don't forget that Russian bias accuracy and armor. This thing is small and hard to hit. Taken directly from the campaign notes, it says, and I quote, "It has a narrow citadel profile that can result in a lot of overpenetrations from battleship AP rounds," end quote. It also has a high rate of fire and a high fire chance per minute. It has decent torp range and a high torp speed too. Due to it being a Tier 7 cruiser with 152mm guns, it benefits from 1/5 penetration, meaning its HE shells can penetrate armor of 30mm thickness or lower instead of the usual 25mm. Overall, this is a great ship because it can stay at range and avoid damage while still being able to dish out the offense. Number 4 is the Augustmont Percival. This is the German Tier 7 tech tree carrier. It was released on the June 21st update of 2021. The speed of AVP's planes is head and shoulders above any other Tier 7 carrier. That allows it to get to its targets faster and for the planes to return to it quicker in order to get in more runs. It also means that the planes won't take as much damage from enemy ships if they're not spending as much time near their AA suites. But the bread and butter of the Percival are its AP bombs. They can citadel pretty much everything in the game. AP bombs do an insane amount of damage because of their ability to penetrate and get to the vital parts of a ship. And if those AP bombs reach the enemy citadel, they're not able to fully repair the damage either. And of course, because it is a carrier, just like every other carrier, it has unlimited range and a low risk of being fired on for most of the match. Number 3 is the Z-35. This is the German Tier 6 premium destroyer. It was released sometime during the May 17th update of 2021. This thing is a Swiss Army knife that is good at a lot of things and has very few weaknesses. Okay, where to start with this thing? This thing has the second highest base HP for a Tier 6 destroyer. which is over 3,000 above the average. Its main battery reload is about the 4th quickest, only 0.3 seconds off of the best, so very fast. Its sonar is one of its biggest highlights. It detects torpedoes at 3.5 kilometers and ships at 5 kilometers. And that's huge for detecting enemy destroyers with super low concealment. And guess what? It also has the highest AP DPM of any Tier 6 destroyer. It also has long-range torpedoes at 9 kilometers, and those torps are tied for the fastest at the tier. The ship can do a little bit of everything, and in my opinion, it was the best destroyer released in 2021. Number 2 is the Lenin. This was the Russian Tier 7 premium battleship. It was released on December 21st of 2020, but it was only obtainable by grinding icebreaker coins. It would have been possible to obtain in 2020, but I don't think anyone but the biggest of whales got her before the end of the year, and she makes the 2021 list. Boy, where do I start with this beauty? It has big ass 16-inch guns, high accuracy and decent range, high damage output, especially that AP shell damage. Its superior AP penetration, which is taken from the ship description, is the big difference maker here. When the Lenin hits you, it hits you. Because all the turrets are in the front, you don't have to show too much broadside to get all your guns on a target. Its firing angles to do so are great. And if you get into trouble, its rudder is the second fastest of any Tier 7 battleship, missing top spot by only 1/10 of a second. It also has great armor when angled. It has a tough icebreaker bow, with the upper portion being 32mm. Its turret traverse is one of the fastest out of any battleship in the game, while its middle turret can rotate a full 360 degrees, so you can fire right through your superstructure at the enemy, just like at the end of Die Hard 4.
Always in the wrong place at the wrong time. How about yippee-ki-yay?
Just kidding, you can't do that, but it'd be pretty cool, right? Finally, it also has that super fast Russian damage control party. Although they are limited, they can mitigate mistakes and put out fires and floods quickly. In my opinion, the Lenin was definitely the best battleship released in 2021. Now here we are at the number 1 spot, and it goes to the Weimar. This was the German Tier 6 premium cruiser, and it was released sometime during the October 4th update. This thing has insane DPM for both HE and AP, especially AP, which is miles ahead of anything else. It's tied for the fastest reload of any Tier 6 cruiser with the Atlanta. That's right, the Atlanta! The Weimar also has a high turret traverse speed, and it has that German HE quarter penetration, meaning it can penetrate 32mm of armor. It also has above average armor for a light tier cruiser at Tier 6. It has a 25mm upper belt and an 80mm lower belt. Not to mention the Turtleback Citadel, which may not be armored enough against battleships and heavy cruisers, but may be able to prevent being citadeled by destroyers. In comparison, the Munchen has an armor belt of 20 and 50 and the Atlanta of 13 and 89, with the 89mm being the exposed citadel, which doesn't have the outer protection the Weimar has. But wait, there's more! It also has an amazing sonar which detects ships at 5.4 kilometers and torps at 3.8 and lasts 116 seconds, making it an effective DD hunter as well. This thing will burn down battleships quickly, out-DPM other cruisers, and just blow up destroyers willy-nilly. In my opinion, the Weimar was definitely the best ship overall that was released in 2021. What do you guys think the best ships were? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd be interested in hearing your opinions. And well, for those of you who like Easter eggs, here's a special outro for you. Enjoy.
Whoa, what happened there? Hey, it's you guys. It's me, Vaz Vegas. I'll drop the shtick now. You guys know who I am. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. I thought I'd do something special for the new year. Challenge ourselves a little bit, see how it goes. Like I said in the video, there's a lot to go over, so let's get into it. Yes, this is a top 7, not a top 5, because there were more than 5 great ships released this year. And I'm not going to compress things just to make a nice round number, and I'm definitely not going to inflate things into a top 10 because, well, then we'd be stretching things out a little bit too much. And there's too big of a gap between number 1 and number 10 in my opinion. Now for full disclosure, just like big award shows, the cutoff for this list is more like the last couple of weeks of the year, since when ships are added to the game, not everyone gets them right away. For example, this year, the Line wouldn't have been able to make this list, even though technically it's in the game. You guys have seen it. But since the majority of us can't obtain it yet, it'll be reserved for next year if it can make the list. Same goes for other ships like Minotaur and some others. Another thing I'd like to mention is that I didn't own all of the ships that you saw. That's right, I actually took into account how these ships performed against me in matches, but mainly I'm looking at their ship stats and also through word of mouth. As you may have saw, some of the gameplay footage was contributed by the Galloping Major and Salty Sax man, so I'd like to thank them for allowing me to use those clips. And I know you guys only had to say yes, but it still means a lot to have your guys' support, as well as everyone else's support too, so thank you to everybody out there. But I'll leave links in the description below to the channels of Back to the Port and Salty Sax, so you can check out their great Legends content. Lastly, these aren't my favorite 7 ships, so don't get those confused. In fact, I hate some of these freaking things. So this is completely unbiased in that sense. I'm just trying to go with what I think is the straight up best. My favorite 7 may be completely different from those 7 you just saw. And your best ships may be completely different as well. Let me know in the comments down below what you feel the best ships released in 2021 were. Or even what ships you dropped from my list, etc, etc. So hey, that's the end of the video. If you guys liked it, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And take care of yourselves out there and do what makes you happy.